Welcome to a full moon in Virgo practice for 2026, March 3rd. We've got an eclipse, so that can intensify the energies. And we also have a retrograde in process. Retrograde means it's time to practice your Re's. Rest, renew, restore, review, recharge, remember. All of the good Re's. There's so many more. So many more. If it's got a Re, go for it. Retreat. Eclipses, traditionally in India, eclipses are times to kind of stay put, rest, do nothing. And with the need to balance energies and emotions and overthinking, we've got that Virgo, which can be very pragmatic and learning and organized and focused that way. But then we're also in the season of Pisces, which can be very out there, dream-oriented fantasy view. So we need to bring a balance into that. But taking into account everything that's going on in the world right now, a restorative practice is what works. So for restorative practice, I have 2 blocks. I've got a bolster, and I'm also sitting on a blanket. If you've got those things, great. If you don't have those things, you don't really need them. They can help with elevation and support. You could do this practice lying down in bed if that's what you really wanted. We're going to stay down, so there's no need to get up. So with that said, we're going to start in a constructive rest position. Move my bolster out of the way. And I'm going to bring my blanket onto the floor so that I have support for my head and my neck. And then lying down. Letting the feet come to the earth. If you had another blanket and wanted to cover yourself up, that's totally fine. I am choosing not to cover myself up. Normally I would, but I'm choosing not to so that you have a visual for your practice if you are more of a visual person. Hands resting on the abdomen can support moving inward. It can support restoring ourselves. This is a time when we really want to be taking care of our nervous systems. So tending to your nervous system is a big theme for this full moon. As you rest here on the earth, let the shoulders release. Let the heart receive the breath. Let all noises fade into the background, inviting the only noise to be your experience and my voice, maybe, guiding you through this practice. In this moment, what is your body most needing? Is there a particular practice like peace or love or rest? And how does that serve your greater intentions in life? The pathway of your greater intentions. Allowing your breath to deepen here as we nourish, we renew our systems. Every breath could be a renewal if we think about it that way. As we exhale and release the old. And then the inhale pours into us as we receive the new. This full moon energy is inviting the release of blockages. Let's take 3 more breaths here. When you finish your third breath, release your right foot long, and you can take bolster or pillows and place it next to the right side of your body. We'll take the arms open wide, and on the exhale, roll onto the right hip, letting the left knee rest on the bolster, the pillows. Now your left arm may be out in space, so we can support that left arm with some circles. We may be able to roll the heart open to rest that left shoulder on the floor. However, if it's too intense, we'll start stretching into the nerves. So you can actually take that arm and instead of out to the side, draw it down a little closer to the body. Your right hand can rest on that left thigh. You might take a couple of sweeping actions to the thigh, releasing it, or use your hand to press the thigh away from you. Let your eyes soften and breathe. Where are you holding on that you can bring a little more rest? Let's add an O, U, Ah for the first three chakras. O, Ah. Let's add an O, U, Ah, A, E for the first through the fifth chakra, releasing. O, Ah, A, E. We'll do two more of those. O, Ah, letting go of all sound, all effort. Release. We're going to stay here for another 10 breaths. Any sounds are welcome. Then as you near that 10th breath, if you've lost count, no worries. You can deepen the breath a little bit. Bring some movement into that left hand as you bring it closer. And then supporting yourself as you come back to center. Placing that left foot on the floor and bring your right foot up to meet it. You can even out your hips for a moment. Pausing at center to feel, the difference in the lengths in the sides of our body. And then shifting your cushion, bolster, pillows over to your left side. Lengthen your left leg out. And then bring the right leg over, rolling up onto the left side of your body. Adjusting. It's nice to have the foot receive part of the cushion. That's why bolsters are nice, but if you don't have one, don't rush out and buy one. And then with that right arm, again, let's release it a little bit. And then when you're ready, maybe you're rolling open onto your right shoulder, but if it doesn't touch, mine isn't touching. You can take that arm and bring it a little bit closer to the body. Left hand can sweep down the right leg a little bit. You can press on that thigh to open. Finding the supportive position here. And let's start with O, U, Ah. Inhale. Now we'll move into O, U, Ah, A, E for the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth chakras from the tailbone to the throat. Inhale. Two more times. We'll take 10 more breaths here. Allowing yourself to release anything that's tight or holding on. Resting more deeply. Really shoulders, jaw, fingers, hips. Taking 3 more breaths. And when you finish your third breath, you'll bring that right hand up, support your right leg back to center. Bring both feet flat. Rest again in constructive rest. And then releasing anything you may have underneath your head. We'll press into the feet to lift the hips and draw the bolster underneath the hips. This is a restorative bridge pose. You can draw your shoulders underneath your body so that the heart feels more open. And then if you wish, you can bring the knees just slightly towards each other. Excuse me. And breathe here. You can even bring your fingers to the back of your head and lightly draw the head out of the shoulders. You might even feel that all the way down in your sacrum. And then release. We're really opening here through the heart chakra. We can bring in the sound of A 3 times. Maybe the shoulders release. That space between the shoulder blades melts open. 2 more times. And we'll take 10 more breaths here. What else is willing to soften and release? And then bringing a little bit of movement to the feet, to the hands. Begin to press into your heels to lift the hips up just enough to grab the cushion out from underneath. Take your hands to your hips and press the whole pelvis towards your feet to lower the spine down. And then rolling over onto one side. We're going to press ourselves up for our final practice. Only 3 restorative poses because it doesn't take much. So, bringing your bolster so that it's nice and long. If you're using pillows, you could use 2 pillows, or you could use a blanket, or many blankets. And then I'm going to fold my blanket so I have a nice cushion. This is going to be for under my head. And then with the blocks, I'm going to bring them to either side. They're for my knees. My bum is on the floor, and there's space between my sacrum and the blanket, the bolster, the pillows, whatever you're using. And slowly rolling down. This is a really nice place for a blanket over the body. The legs are supported to the extent that I'm not feeling any stretch in my inner thighs. It is happening. Just because you don't feel it doesn't mean things aren't happening. And then I'm going to roll shoulders under. Take the arms open, palms up. Very important here, if you feel any numbness or tingling in your fingers, to bring your arms closer to the body, onto the body, or release off of the height that you have. That would be your nerves stretching, and we don't need our nerves stretching. Again, eyes soft. And we're going to use all 7 releasing sounds for the chakras. So the sounds are O, U, Ah, A, E, as in, that's good. And Hing for the crown of the head. The HI disappears when we roll them together. So it'll just sound like an as the back of the tongue comes up to the back of the soft palate, like at the end of the word king or gong. Exhale all the breath. Inhale to fill. And one more time. Letting yourself rest, restore, renew, basking in the softness. As each exhale carries away one more thing that you don't need, until all that remains is ease,
Bringing awareness to your heart. Inviting your intentions, your prayers to spread out in the space of the heart, to unfurl. Begin now to deepen your breath. Each breath getting deeper. As you start to wiggle toes and fingers, bringing the hands to the outer thighs to support the legs together. Making sure the space to the side of you is clear as you roll over to one side and give yourself a hug. And then using an exhale, press yourself up into a seated position. We'll close with a mudra that invites balance, the mudra of Hakini Mudra, all of the fingertips touching. Eyes are soft. As you breathe here, I will offer up for you the mantra of the heart. I'll sing it 3 times. And the words of the mantra are in Sanskrit, but they are recognizing your heart, that that's what your true nature is. And that through your heart, we can experience the unending bliss of oneness. Because you are that, I am that, we are that. Atma Hridaye Hridayam Mai Aham Amrite Amritam Anandam Brahmani Atma Hridaye Hridayam Mai Aham Amrite Amritam Anandam Brahmani Atma Hridaye Hridayam
mai. Aham amrite. Amritam anandam brahmani. May you recognize your heart as your true nature. May you recognize yourself as infinitely connected. May you find the balance between output and input, input and output. And may you find the restoration, the renewal that you seek. And if you wish to seal this practice in with me, join me in one round of Om, inhaling. Thank you so much for joining me. It's honestly a privilege. If you want more practices, make sure to follow. I have an online chakra course if you want to delve into practices for the chakras. I've got a book about the chakras and a book about using yoga for mental health. So lots of resources out there for you. I've got a weekly newsletter with practices in it and words of maybe wisdom, but they're words that I string together. So feel free to engage with me in whatever way your heart calls, and I will see you next time.